With the market hitting new highs again, we need to keep hunting for stocks in the right industries that haven't run as much. Take FISV, a payments company that's more behind the scenes in the financial tech place we usually focus on. They operate in the plumbing for financial institutions and merchants accepting credit card payments. Lately, there's been a ton of consolidation in this industry, including FISV's merger with First Data last year, and a deal that should produce nearly $2 billion in synergies. The stock roared in response, peaking at 125 for the pandemic. But then the COVID crash came along, and FISV never fully bounced back, climbing from the mid-70s at its March lows to 96 today. Now, FISV reported an okay quarter earlier this month, slightly weaker than expected sales, inline earnings, but much better than expected cash flow. And the company reinstated its full-year forecast, so the stock jumped almost 5% on the news. That's right. These guys are leading to many of the same themes as other payment plays. But crucially, the stock sells for just 18 times next year's earnings estimates, which means it's practically a value play, especially for fintech. Let's take a closer look with Frank Bisignano. Now, you may remember, he was the CEO of First Data. He took over as president and CEO of that company, and now he's the new CEO of FISV. And I got to tell you, Frank, welcome back to Man Money. It's great to see you.
Good to see you, Jim. Thanks for having me.
All right, so Frank, I think people don't know the legend of Frank, so I'm going to say it. Hold your ears so you don't get too big ahead. But you took over First Data when it was barely solvent. It had less than $300 million in cash and declining, $2 billion in interest expense on the debt, and 6 years later it was growing at 10% at the time you sold it to FISV. So I have to ask you, why do it again? Why not just rest on your laurels?
Well, it's a great space, a great opportunity. You have to love the clients. You have to love the payment space. And so the opportunity to build things and grow is always a lot of fun.
Now, Frank, I got to tell you, I look at this FISV and I see this company called Square. And I know the product called Clover, which is your product from First Data. And Square's worth $67 billion. FISV's worth about the same. So am I getting Clover for free?
Well, Clover is an unbelievable platform. It continues to grow. It serves small businesses. We think it's integral. Our bank partners love it. Since we announced the deal, we have 160 new banks that want to be Clover partners with us. It is growing. We talked about a 32% growth rate in July, in the heat of a pandemic. It's a tool that we help businesses manage their business through. So it's a great asset to our small businesses, and we see it as an integrated solution for our company.
All right, I know it also saves. It's cheaper. For those who take a long-term view, it's definitely cheaper. Now, let me ask you about this. Where are we in terms of payment volumes? Because a lot of people are getting excited, thinking that things are starting to get a little bit better with the economy, using payment volumes as a measure.
Well, we've seen growth. We talked about seeing what we call in internal revenue growth, which is driven by transaction volume. We see transaction volume up. Obviously, large move to e-com. You look at our Clover platform, which has order ahead capabilities and virtual terminal. That's driving that growth there. So, from large to small, there's a comeback in payments, and we see growth going forward. And there's still businesses coming back in the recovery. Lots of businesses are still working their way back. And we're here to help small businesses grow.
All right, so how about cash, which seems to be on a sudden decline after being a slow decline because of the pandemic?
That's down a lot. You see it in ATM volumes, and we see it in stores. So I would look at cash down significantly to any other period we've seen. It's always had a slow creep, but it's closer to a double-digit creep right now.
Wow.
That was always the smallest component of payments anyway.
Right. Now, can you tell me, when I look at these, I see this Adyen, this Stripe. Stripe's going to come public. You said these pure plays, people love them. Again, how do you compete against a pure play like Stripe?
Well, I think when you look at what we have all the capabilities. And if you look at our ability to provide global, we talked about 50 institutional e-com wins. We're serving people in multiple countries, one platform, Both Clover and our e-com platform brought together brings in a powerful omni-com and omni-channel experience. So we compete very, very well. We win a lot.
Well, that's what, one of the things that we've been focused on is we've been looking a lot at the Instagrams, at their shops. We've spent a lot of time with Shopify, and we realized that you need to have your own whole ecosystem. How are you appealing at FISV to the people who may not understand that you need a FISV if you're going to grow?
Well, I think what we like to do is, first, we believe in human presence, so we do have feet on the street. We are right now talking to small business owners to help them re-engineer their business. And then you have the technical prowess of Clover and our e-com capabilities. And when you bring all of those to the market, you're giving a business owner much more opportunity to grow through the platform. And then we'll bring in a gift card product, which we're an industry leader in, and a lot of pay-ahead capability and order-ahead capability. And, when you look at the #1 distribution network in the world that we have with our partnership model, and then you look at our ISV capability serving software vendors, that full package allows businesses to grow and be served in many cases with one stop.
Wow. It doesn't make sense. Your stock should not be at a discount, Frank. It's like FTC at 15.16 when you came on, and it was just very clear it didn't belong at 15.16. This is another one that you are going to make into a gem. It's a good company, but you're going to make it a great company. That's Frank Bisignano. He's the president and CEO of FISV. So glad to have you on, sir. Congratulations.
Good to talk to you always, Jim. Thank you.
Bank with Frank. It's pretty simple. Everybody's